Hello and welcome to the Berkcast, the How to Train a Dragon podcast. I'm your host, HC. With me are...
Rush 2112.
And Voyger, hello.
And look at this, we actually reached 10 episodes of the Berkcast. So, in order to celebrate, quote-unquote, this milestone, I decided that we should do something fun with you guys. We are going to do a fanfiction reading. The first one, we are not sure if it's the last one. So today we are going... Yeah, if our sanity won't die at the end of this, something will, I don't know. Anyway, so we are going to read through a certain fanfiction that I found, and after that we may even have the writer of it come aboard to answer some questions. So, Rush, Voyger, are you guys ready?
I don't know anymore.
Same, but let's go.
Okay, so how this is going to work, each one of us will read a paragraph. Whenever there's a quotation, that's supposed to be a character talking. So, Rush is voicing Hiccup and Stoic.
And basically any male characters.
Yeah, basically. Voyager will take care of any female character that show up, with the exception of Rafnat, that's me, and I'll just tag along and continue and read whatever character I feel like reading. So let's do this. Who wants the first paragraph?
Well, let's let the host do the first paragraph. Also, since you're going to be talking the least.
Okay, so here I go. First paragraph, just to let the audience know before this, I will post a link to the story in the video description for this episode, so if you want to read along with us, go right ahead. And once again...
First, we need to tell him the name. We don't need to tell who the author is, because we're going to bring him by later, just as a surprise.
Yes.
Hopefully bring him by.
So, the story is called Hiccup's Bad Day. How can you not be optimistic with a name like this? Seriously. This is the best name ever for a fanfiction.
Alright. Here.
I take your silence that you agree with me, guys. Okay. Anyway, so let's start reading. Morning rose in the snowy island of Berk. The sun managed to shine a bit of light on the tiny island, highlighting the beauty of the white snow covering the Viking village that resides there. In the skies, dragons were flying all around, cutting through the clouds with blistering speeds and enjoying the breezy but not too cold air surrounding the blue yet cloudy skies.
I'll take next. While the dragons populating the area were all up and about already, the Vikings themselves were still sleeping in their beds, still lost in the dreams that entered their minds the previous night.
In one of the houses slept a scrawny and still, somewhat muscular boy with messy brown hair. One wouldn't think that at first glance, but that same boy was, in fact, the chief of the village. The young leader took over his father's place after he later died in battle, saving his son in the process. It was hard to believe there had already been 5 months ever since he took over, but the young Hiccup Herndus Haddock III was starting to adapt to his new role.
The only thing Hiccup had troubles with was waking up in the mornings, so like everybody else. Being chief meant his entire day was pretty much taken by helping his people, signing peace treaties, making sure every job is being done, attending the daily dragon races, and spending time with his friends, betrothed, mother, and his best friend, the alpha dragon, Toothless.
Toothless was a night fury, a black dragon which is believed to be, for the most part, extinct. The dragon had a red prosthetic tail fin which replaced the one he lost after Hiccup shot him down. It may not look like it now, but Vikings and dragons were once enemies. But after Hiccup met Toothless, the young Viking realized dragons aren't dangerous at all. In fact, they were the amazing and friendly creatures. After an epic fight with the queen of the dragoness, Hiccup and Toothless managed to bring peace, but at the cost of Hiccup's leg.
5 years later, and the two were still inseparable. They went through a lot of adventures, tried to keep the peace between Vikings and dragons going, discovered the new dragon species, found Hiccup's long-lost mother who was presumed dead, and their friendship had managed to pass its ultimate test.
While Hiccup had the job of a chief, he never really woke up early in his life. It was never a problem for him in the past, but as the chief he needs to be the first one awake. Luckily for him, Toothless would always make sure his friend was up and about in time for the day's events. The dragon woke up from its wooden bed and slowly inched its way towards Hiccup's.
The chief's sleep was strong, as evidenced by his loud snoring. Why did humans snore in their sleep was always a mystery to Toothless, but it never seemed like anyone could answer the question. The dragon picked up his master's form, eyes scanning the body, before he moved his head closer, until it was inches from Hiccup's face. After a few purrs and sniffing, Toothless started licking Hiccup's face with his large slimy tongue, making Hiccup wake up with a surprise yelp. Ah, what the? When Hiccup's senses cleared, his eyes adjusted to the environment around him.
It's Voyger's turn.
Oh, okay,
It's
sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's getting weird when we have to do the quotes, but continue.
Yeah, but that's part of the fun.
Yeah. So
I totally missed. I was waiting for you to start HC. Never mind. I'm bad at this roundtable thing. Anyway, continuing on. When Hiccup's senses cleared and his eyes adjusted to the environment around him, the sight of a large black shape with 2 green eyes made everything clear to him.
Oh, I should have guessed.
He muttered.
Only one dragon would want to cover me in saliva as a morning bath.
Toothless seemed amused by his friend's tiredness, and I'm amused by your Hiccup voice because, 10 out of 10, man.
yeah, it's great. I need to learn from you. Anyway, Hiccup, with the help of a nudging Toothless, eventually got out of his bed and put on his green tunic and black leather armor. After he made sure his prosthetic leg was well attached, the chief mentioned for his dragon to follow him and start the day.
Hiccup's first order of business as chief was taking Toothless for a flight around Berk, just seeing how the island was holding up and allowing him and his dragon to clear their heads before the day officially starts. Once both were out of the house, they were greeted by the cold air and the white snow covering the village. Hiccup, however, just shrugged it off as it was Berk, where it snows 9 months of the day, and hails the other 3. Come on, bud, let's go.
Hiccup said before he climbed up to the saddle on his dragon's back, attached the safety wires, and inserted his metallic leg into its place. Without any delays, they both took to the skies.
Oh god, what a long paragraph. Okay, let's do this. Berk was looking good overall. The icebergs covering it from the big fight that took place 5 months ago were mostly melted from the few rare sunny days that greeted the island. And most of the houses that were destroyed were already rebuilt and safe to live in again. Hiccup and Toothless did stop their flying in order to gaze at the rock statue made in Hiccup's father's honor.
Not bad progress, huh, bud?
He asked for Toothless's opinion, who made a noise that sounded like an agreement.
Probably a few minor touch-ups, and it's done.
He estimated before guiding Toothless to continue the flight.
Eventually, the time had come for the flight to stop and for the day's business to begin. First of all, breakfast at the Great Hall. Hiccup landed Toothless near the large doors leading into the hall where feasts and meetings were held, dismounted, and headed inside. Toothless, instead of going inside with his master, headed to one of the dragon's eating stations after a morning snack. Another day of being chief is about to begin.
Hiccup told himself as he opened the doors, expecting another normal day. However, ever since he set foot inside the Great Hall, the day proved to be anything but normal.
Inside the Great Hall was Hiccup's girlfriend, Astrid, but she wasn't alone. Locking lips with her with quite passion, oh god, was Hiccup's cousin Snotlout. Hiccup felt... oh boy, it starts. Hiccup felt surprised and hurt at the same time because of the scene which played out in front of him.
Astrid?
He screamed, causing the 2 Vikings in front of him to stop their kiss.
Oh god, it's Hiccup! Astrid panicked.
Astrid panicked. Oh, it's mine.
Sorry,
Astrid panicked.
I can explain!
She exclaimed with much panic in her voice. I sure hope you can. Voyger.
Yeah, okay, I'm back. A voice that didn't belong to Hiccup was heard in the hall. Hiccup turned around to see the newest addition to the Vikings of Berk, Eret.
Is this Eret or Hiccup talking?
Eret.
What has happened to what we had in the past few months?
He asked Astrid.
Voyger?
No, I'm shocked. Give me a second. I'm too shocked. I can't read.
Yesterday you told me how much you love me. Today you go ahead and cheat on me.
Hiccup was about to explode on everyone present in the room, if it wasn't for another voice speaking up. You son of an idiot! The voice proved to belong to Roughnut, who was accompanied by her twin brother Toughnut. You said you started to feel something for me. I thought you were meant to be together. She screamed to the point of crying, and I have no idea why Roughnut sounds a combination of Mrs. Ed from Mocha's Mother Life and whatever else. Okay.
It's mine, yeah. But darling, another voice came into the argument. You said you liked my dragon notes and statistics. Fishlegs entered the conversation, which then turned into a full-out argument between all of the present.
Apparently, Hiccup wasn't the only one heartbroken this morning, as it seemed like everyone had a secret to hide. While the argument went on, Hiccup managed to excuse himself and walk out of the Great Hall without making a sound.
The young chief sighed with a deep and loud breath. Why would Astrid do this? It wasn't like her, but before he could dedicate any further thought to the subject, a familiar whistle was heard in Hiccup's ears. It almost sounded like a Night Fury. Impossible.
Sure enough, though, a dragon resembling Toothless, only purple in color, landed on the snowy island of Berk, just in front of Hiccup. On the dragon,
Let me guess. This is a female. I'm calling it right now.
On the dragon sat a rider who was also in red armor and had a feminine body structure. Oh, well, there you go.
Well,
Once the rider took off the mask covering the face, it wasn't indeed a girl. At about Hiccup's age, she had smooth brown hair that softly graced her shoulders and seemed like her right leg was missing.
are you Chief Hiccup of Berk? She suddenly asked, with no introduction or explanation to how she knows Hiccup, or if the dragon she was riding was indeed a Night Fury.
Yeah, that would be me.
He answered, somehow managing to hide his confusion and anger from before. His confusion, however, just continued to grow when the girl hugged him to the point she almost crushed his bones.
I heard so much about you!
The girl exclaimed.
My mother was also kidnapped when I was a kid. I also befriended a Night Fury who lost its tail fin and also had a lost leg. While proving my village that dragons are good, I also found my mother by accident and lost my father in a war. I heard so much about you, and when I was told you broke up with your girlfriend, I decided to come over and ask to be your wife and merge our clans.
The girl talked.
Exposition!
The girl talked fast, barely giving Hiccup any time to process her words. Okay, hold on a second.
He managed to push the girl away from the bone-crushing hug she gave him.
Who are you? How do you know me? What was that about?
Hiccup's words were cut short when the girl all of a sudden forced her lips into his. The young chief's mind was trying to process everything that has happened in the last minute, but couldn't. First, Astrid cheated on him, then another dragon rider on a Night Fury, and now she kisses him.
When she pulled away, Hiccup had no idea what to think, kind of like the readers of the story right now. This was also wired, and out of nowhere, but before Hiccup could have comprehended anything more, a shout was heard.
Ships entering
Ships
the
are
bay! What?
Two shouts were heard.
Two shouts were heard, yeah. I don't know. Alright. What? Hiccup asked
Ships are now...
Oh, you go. Say that. You say it.
Ships are now entering the bay!
What? Hiccup asked himself mostly. He had no visitors planned. What was happening that had caused this? Listen, girl, who claims to be like me and rides a Night Fury.
Oh, but I brought other Fury dragons as well, she claimed excitedly.
Oh my god, where is this going?
There is a Day Fury, a white dragon which resembled Toothless landed near the purple Night Fury. Water Fury, a blue dragon with teal wings landed near the Day Fury. And the Fruit Fury, a green dragon which looked like all the other ones, appeared at the scene as well.
What have I gotten ourselves into here, guys? Okay, I'm curious.
Since I'm reading her, I'm just not going to ask questions.
Yeah, we'll ask questions
Okay.
later.
Okay, Hiccup's mouth just dropped in shock from what he just witnessed. He and Toothless have spent 5 years looking for more Night Furies, and turns out there is one that is female and other dragons who have the Fury but not the Night. Speaking of which, Hiccup did notice that since he walked into the Great Hall, Toothless was nowhere to be found. He would have loved to meet the other Furies, Hiccup assumed.
Could this day get any weirder? Hiccup thought to himself before a voice called him. Oh god, okay. Hey, Hiccup!
The chief winced. He would know this voice anywhere, and not for the right reasons. The voice belonged to another young Viking chief, Dagger the Deranged.
It's been a while, old friend.
He said with an evil smile.
Before we go on, Voyger, do you have anything to say to Rush about his Dagger voice?
I didn't practice Dagger because I didn't know we'd have Dagger.
I was gonna be like, well, I might have glanced like a tiny bit ahead and seen the name and been like, can I read it? But no, you're doing a great job.
Oh,
okay.
thank you.
So, yeah, Voyger read that paragraph, so this is me, but it's mostly Hiccup, so go ahead.
Yeah. And I've enjoyed that while, so excuse me if I'm not thrilled to see you, Dagger.
Hiccup replied.
Dagger let out an evil laugh. Always with the quips for some reason. That's what I love about you.
Hiccup and the girl he met a few seconds ago blinked at his words.
Care to repeat that?
Hiccup asked.
Ever since the fight with the Screaming Death, I realized that I can never hate you.
Dagger started to say before letting out a loud sign.
That's because I soon realized I love you, Hiccup. Hiccup was fast to react. But you're a male! Which is exactly... Oh, wait, sorry.
It's a girl. Voyger, go ahead.
It's all good. It's all good. This is just spiraling quickly out of control.
Okay, but it's a girl, so...
Gotcha.
Bring it.
Which is exactly why I should marry Hiccup. A girl that was around Hiccup's age with long blonde hair who wore a purple dress, but bare feet, pushed past Dagger. Wait, it's a new girl? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, it is. Hello, Hiccup. My name is Rapunzel. She introduced herself nervously. Princess of Corona?
Wait.
Hiccup stopped her before she could talk anymore.
I heard you cut your hair. How's it so long? And aren't you already married?
Oh, Eugene and I didn't work out, so we divorced and my hair got better.
She beamed, while Hiccup was frightened by how close her face was to his, and by the large green eyes now staring at his own. Voyager?
Yeah, give me a second. I gotta wind up for this. I don't know if I'm gonna offend some people. All right, I'm just gonna offend some people. Not so fast. I wasn't prepared. I would have practiced.
It's okay.
Anyway,
it's okay.
It's also your turn to narrate as well.
Of course. A Scottish accented girl came forward and pushed Rapunzel out of her way. This new girl was familiar to Hiccup as well. She had a large mane of red curly hair that looked impossible to control.
Oh my god, yes!
And she wore a dark green dress. A bow was hung around her shoulder and an arrow quiver was around her waist. I don't know if I can do this.
I'm sorry.
I'll do this. I'll try. I am the one you should marry, Hiccup.
She said.
Okay, before I read this, Rush in your face. Now, Hiccup was about to speak, but he couldn't find the words. What was with everyone's fascination with marrying him, with the exception of his own betrothed, who cheated on him?
And you would be? Hiccup asked the redhead.
I am Maida, Princess of Dunbrock.
She introduced herself.
I am your son. I can do this. I am
we
your
could
son.
We could all three read it together, and then it might combine into something that might work a little bit.
Maybe. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. I am your soulmate. We battle outcasts in our own cultures that change tradition. I myself never wanted to get married.
But you seem like someone you could get along with, Merida said.
Another girl.
However,
sorry, Voyager.
I'm working on it.
Another girl, this one a strawberry blonde with pigtails, wearing a black top with a blue dress and a purple cape with a hood, pushed the Scottish princess aside. Once she made eye contact with Hiccup, she became really nervous.
Greetings, Chief Hiccup.
She began.
I heard a lot about you, and I know this might sound crazy, but I actually think we were made for each other. I even believe we are together in some alternate universe.
Not that the situation wasn't weird enough, but Hiccup thought that this latest girl was the craziest of them all, which was quite an accomplishment.
Anna, another girl, arrived at the place. This one was a platinum blonde woman whose hair was in a side braid, and she wore off...
Oh my god.
Well, hold on. I gotta reread this whole sentence because I've messed that up. This one was a platinum blonde woman whose hair was in a side braid, and she wore an off-the-shoulder light blue dress, which seemed to be made of... Get ready for it, guys. Ice?
Let
away
it
from the
go!
chief,
Let it
please.
go!
You already have a boyfriend, she told the girl with the double braids. But we didn't want to marry.
This Anna interjected.
Doesn't matter, Anna.
The woman said as she wrapped her arm around Hiccup, who was too busy being confused by what was going on to really notice.
He is the chief, and I'm the Queen of Arendelle, which means I should marry him.
Whoa, guys, hold on.
Hiccup shouted.
Voyger, it's your turn.
No one is going to marry anyone. I'm sure you all are lovely girls, but I don't know any of you, and it's kind of rushed in order to...
Before Hiccup could finish, however, another figure appeared on Berk.
Oh god, where is this going? It looked like a teenage boy and he was carrying a long wooden... Oh god, I know where this is going.
Oh.
A long wooden staff which was shaped like a hook. So it's like Cooper. No, not really. He had white hair, wore a blue hoodie, shirt and a pair of brown pants, and he walked with no shoes. On normal days, Hiccup would have asked the man how he does this without fizzing, but today wasn't normal, so he dismissed the thought.
I'm afraid of the answer that's going to come, Hiccup started as the new guy looked at him. But who are you? My name is Jack Frost.
To me, it's probably me if no one else is speaking.
It's
He answered
Yeah,
in a
it's
deep
your-
voice.
I came here to court you, Chief Hiccup III.
Hiccup was about to lose it at this point. Yeah, I can feel it. Like if all the girls weren't enough and Dagger wasn't creepy enough, and now when you guys seem to be having feelings for him.
Why did I let Toothless wake me up today?
Hiccup thought to himself when Merida spoke up.
And what makes you think you're worthy of him?
Jack turned his face to the competition and let out an amused hump. Can you do this? He asked before creating a few snowflakes in his hand and playing them for a few seconds before thawing them too.
You have ice powers too? The lady in the blue dress asked with wonder.
Yeah, why?
Jack asked.
The woman quickly performed the same trick he did a few seconds ago with her own hand. Jack was left speechless.
Is that turning into a Jelsa story now? What the fuck?
I'm Jack Frost. Voyger.
No, wait. Okay.
I know, it's
He told her-
getting weird.
He told her as he offered his hand for a shake. Queen Elsa.
She replied while shaking his hand.
Without any explanation, the handshake turned into a passionate kiss.
Oh god.
Everyone staring in shock and surprise at the
You know what? I kinda ship it, so whatever. Let's go with it.
Alright. I know it's my turn this time. I got this. Once the two
Okay.
of them broke apart, Elsa turned to the rest of the girls. I found my soulmate. We should be together because we both have ice powers, she declared.
Yeah.
Jack agreed as he hugged Elsa's shoulder.
Continue to fight over Hiccup without us. When Jack
When
said
Jack-
this...
Wait.
Yeah, when Jack's... It's mine. When Jack said this, Dagger seemed to be the most annoyed by the sentence. If I'm not getting Hiccup, no one will, he declared while loading his crossbow. Once loaded, Dagger launched an arrow directly into Hiccup's right leg, injuring him badly.
What? What is this?
Ah! Can't scream because I'm loud.
Hic-
Just go on. Keep reading.
It's Voyger's.
Hiccup screamed as he fell to his knees, holding the arrow with his two hands as blood started to ooze down his leg.
While the girl dragon rider, Rapunzel, Merida, and Anna attacked Dagger with combined attacks for what he had done to their beloved Hiccup, Jack and Elsa, no longer under the spell of Hiccup's charm, freezed the wound and escorted him to the village healer.
Hiccup woke up in a bed which he recognized wasn't his own. He remembered the events of what happened in the previous day quite well. though granted, they were pretty hard to forget.
Good morning, Chief Hiccup. A young girl, who Hiccup recognized as one of the many healers in trainings, greeted him. How do you feel?
I think I feel fine.
He replied.
I don't know. I don't feel the arrow in my leg anymore.
He said as he rubbed his right leg. As he moved his hands up and down, he unintentionally touched his left leg. Only he didn't feel metal there. He felt flesh.
Hiccup quickly
Ew. Sorry.
quickly pulled the blanket that covered him over his body and noticed that his prosthetic leg was gone because his left leg seemed to be fully grown back. My leg is back, he exclaimed, both surprised and happy, but also confused. How? Hiccup asked the young healer.
I tried something new I practiced on for a while. It seems to work, she simply said.
Wow. Hiccup was sure that the explanation would be a bit more interesting. Yeah, we're in the same boat here, buddy. But he didn't stick around to ask questions. He had some business to attend to, both as chief and as himself.
Once Hiccup stepped back into the village, his whole fan base was there as well, cheering for seeing that he was alright. Hiccup, on the other hand, wasn't happy to see the entire craziness was still going on. Okay, guys, not that you liking me is not flattering, but let's agree that yesterday went a bit overboard.
He tried to reason with the mini girls. And that's why we killed Dagger after he shot you.
Anna stated.
What? Hiccup asked.
It was Merida's idea. Is it me too? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. It was Merida's idea, Rapunzel shouted in self-defense. The son of a
bitch that asked for it, the red-headed argued.
Hiccup was in a loss for words again. He couldn't take it anymore. He had to find Toothless and fly away for a bit to recollect his thoughts about everything that had happened since yesterday morning.
As he walked, Hiccup could hear everyone talking and chattering about him all the time. This was starting to get annoying. Hiccup jogged the way to his home, guessing Toothless will be there, and as he opened the door, another surprise caught his eyes.
What now?
Give me a second, I read ahead. I need a moment.
Oh,
okay.
God!
Oh, okay.
Hiccup screamed as the food table located just in front of the entrance of his home. He found both his parents,
Oh God.
half naked and rubbing each other's bodies with what he assumed was a burning passion. He screamed so loud that it caused both of them to stop and look at him.
Another accent. Let's do it.
Kate Blanchett.
Oh, Hiccup!
She
His mother
voiced-
said as she covered herself with her hands. I can't keep track of all this, so just help me here.
Really, Mom?
He screamed in shock and someone discussed.
I was only gone for a night, and you and Dad thought you could
Hiccup stopped his ranting when he realized who he just saw and what he just said.
Dad?
He asked.
The large man with a massive red beard and nodded at his son with a big smile. But wait, didn't you... I got better.
Yes! Sorry. Hiccup's dad quickly dismissed the matter.
Well, everything just gets a dramatic explanation today.
Hiccup muttered, referring to his father being alive and for his leg returning.
Without another second to think, Merida barged into the house.
Hiccup, there you are!
That was great, she
Yeah.
said with much glee. What do you want?
The young chief asked. He was already tired with all the stuff that kept bugging him for the past 24 hours or so. I gotta know the sentence I'm saying before I launch into the cadence.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I want you to meet my parents.
She exclaimed before two people. One of them was a large man with red curly hair and a beard, who also had a peg leg, and the other was a slim woman with long and smooth brown hair. Both were dressed royally, and the man also had a cape, made out of bear fur attached to his shoulders.
The two royals stopped in their tracks when they saw Hiccup's parents. Stoic?
Merida's
Merida's-
father asked. Oops. Was that me?
Yeah, it was you, but now you say...
Yeah. Valka?
Her mother added a question.
Both of Hiccup's parents looked at the couple in shock. They were indeed
What
familiar
is-
to them.
Oh God.
Fergus, brother!
Oh!
Stoic shouted as he ran to hug Fergus. Oh, sorry. Eleanor, my sister!
Valka
What,
said with
Italian
much
Valka.
Valka said with much joy as she embraced Eleanor. What the hell is going on?
Hiccup and Mara just looked at each other in shock. Okay, my apparently cousin from both sides of the family, Hiccup addressed Mara. Now that there's no chance you're in lead to marry me, can you tell me if you saw my dragon Toothless? He asked.
There's no dragon, but I think I saw a guy named Toothless out with the others. She answered, causing Hiccup to raise an eyebrow at what she said, but after everything that happened, he decided not to question anything.
Hiccup came back outside, where all the new fangirls waited for him alongside his childhood friends. And Jack and Elsa, who were too busy making out in the snow to really care about anything.
Did anyone see Toothless? He asked. I'm
here.
here, Hiccup.
Why does Toothless just sound like Sean Connery?
Do it again.
Okay.
I'm here, Hiccup.
And then it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. A voice answered. Hiccup turned in the direction of the voice to discover a young man around his age, dressed in black leather clothes and one red boot on his left leg, as to oppose to the other leg, which was covered by a brown boot.
Who are you?
Hiccup asked.
It's me, Toothless, he answered as he got closer. I turned into a human shortly after our flight yesterday. Now I can tell you how much I love you, Hiccup. Always did.
At that moment, Hiccup just screamed in frustration. His
Rush,
scream
give
was
us a
so
scream.
loud that he
No,
probably
people
got the
here.
attention of everybody in the village. Can we get a sound effect?
Not alone.
Wonderful. Everyone, yeah, he's not alone on that at all. I really like Sean Connery Toothless. Somebody write another fanfiction about
I
it.
find this tramp saucy.
Everyone looked at Hiccup with faces as he slowly recollected his breath. When it appeared like he relaxed and was about to speak again, something appeared near where everyone stood. It looked like a magic portal of sorts. Oh god. Is GLaDOS going to come out of there?
We're about to find out.
I hope so.
Well, are you ready to do GLaDOS' voice?
No, I don't know about what you're talking about, but I hope so.
Okay.
Everyone
Voyger just
remains-
goes in.
Everyone remained silent as the portal was just there, hanging in the air. There were two males and one girl came out. They looked very identical to Hiccup when it turned out. Hiccup when it turned out. They were different versions of Hiccup. One of whom was from a futuristic world with weird clothes. One was wearing a black cape with some blue trimmings on the end. The third was a girl version of him who introduced herself as Hiccup.
Well, Hiccup was ready to give it all up at that moment when out of the portal came 3 identical versions of Rapunzel, Merida, Jack, Anna, and Elsa. This caused for the entire thing to become even crazier than it already was.
Screams were heard, words were spoken, introductions were made, some friendships between each version, and even relationships started to form as Hiccup just stood at the entrance to his home and stared.
What is going on with my life, he asked himself. Why is this shit happening to me? Not anyone else, just goddamn me.
As if to answer the question, another figure came out of the portal. It was no human, nor a dragon, and it wasn't an alternate anyone.
It was an animal, a rather spiky animal as spikes made out most of his head. Oh my god. Even though he was an animal, he still stood on 2 legs and he even wore what? He was mostly blue, but his arms, belly, and mouth area were with the color of a human flesh. Is this what I think it is? The creature came out of the portal with his eyes closed. Once he opened them, he looked around for a bit and said, "Can I do this voice?"
Yes,
"Seems like I'm a bit late for the party,"
he said, everyone looking at him with weird looks.
I just had to take a breath, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm not sure what's going on. I
have
hope
to
it's what I
take a
think it is.
breath every minute.
Yeah, I feel. Alright, Hiccup was the one to get closer to the animal. The thing seemed to know what was going on, so as chief it made sense for him to approach this blue figure that appeared in his village. Plus, after everything he went through, He needed answers.
Who and what are you?
Hiccup slowly asked.
Okay, before I go rush, that was a great reading. I just... oh god, it is what I think it is! Give me a moment. Okay.
You are
I'm
the
cool.
narrator too.
Yeah, I'm doing this. The blue animal looked at him and offered his hand for a shake. I'm Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog! He answered. I'm sorry. On the one hand, I'm really excited, but on the other hand, what the hell? What is he doing here?
Hiccup hesitantly shook the hedgehog's hand before moving the conversation along. Okay, Sonic, what's going on here?
Something I hope I could stop, but it's not too late.
He answered.
I just need you, along with the 4 princesses and this guy with the staff, to come with me. I know how to stop this.
Sonic said as he motioned to the 6 to follow him.
Oh good, he's here to save the day. That's why I love you, Sonic. You're awesome. Hiccup was hesitated at first, but what was there to lose after everything that just happened? Rapunzel, Merida, Jack, Anna, and Elsa already walked through the portal with Sonic when Sonic told them to. Hiccup took a deep breath and walked in as well. Sonic followed right after him.
The 6 humans and the hedgehog arrived at a dark room with very little light in order to see something. All of them heard mumblings, which sounds like they were coming from the same room.
After following the little light that was in this weird place, the group arrived at a tall chair standing in front of the light. The mumblings and giggles constantly being heard were coming from behind that chair.
Playtime is over!
Sonic said as he turned the chair around.
In the chair yeah, I'm very sad. In the chair sat a young man, probably in his teens. He had long, messy black hair that went down his face. He wore big glasses and his face was filled with acne. The white shirt and worn-out pants also took away from every threatening aspect that he could have had. Who's doing that voice?
Well, I'm not doing it, so...
I'm not doing it. I'm counted for.
Okay, I'll take over. OMG!
He suddenly yelled.
The big 6 are in my house! Why does he sound like Jar Jar? You know what? Fuck it. It's fitting. This is like so amazing! I'm having so many feels right now!
I've become more and more hesitant to read words every time another line is said in front of mine.
It looks like we're near the end. We're almost done.
Alright. Everyone in the group that was leading looked at each other with scared faces.
I was just writing something about you! You all meet and... Yeah, listen, crazy guy with crazy hair. Sonic interrupted his speech. What you wrote just got this guy, he pointed at Hiccup, to go insane. We came here in order to stop you before you hurt another character you seem to like so much, like you did to me and my friends. Oh my god, this guy knows what he's doing. And the hedgehog finished, crossing his hands.
The guy took a few seconds to think before he nodded.
As you wish.
And then he turned around, and the sound of tapping was heard.
Hiccup woke up the same way he woke up every morning, by absorbing Toothless's saliva being all over his face.
Ah, what the?
Hiccup proceeded to pet his dragon's head in order to stop the wake-up call and looked around his room. After confirming he didn't have anything strange in it, Hiccup also noticed that he still had his prosthetic leg attached. A sign of relief followed the discovery.
Oh, you wouldn't believe the dream I had, Toothless, he started to tell the Night Fury. I would have told you what it was, but I'd rather forget it as soon as I can, he added before getting up, putting his clothes on, and heading out to start another day of being chief.
To Hiccup's happiness, he found Astrid to be loyal to him in their relationship. There were no different royals coming over, his mother didn't have a Scottish sister, and everything was normal.
That was sure a weird dream, probably one that Hiccup will consider his worst nightmare ever. But deep inside, he knew it wasn't real, and after a while he managed to completely forget about it.
The
end.
Hallelujah!
GG.
We survived this. We survived!
I don't know. I think I'm gonna die soon.
It felt like a fable almost, you know, like it had the moral at the end with our mysterious fan fiction writer, changing everything back to normal.
Fourth wall.
Yeah. Screw everything else. Sonic is in that story. That's awesome. Don't get me wrong, it has nothing to do with anything, and it's probably, and for you guys, it's probably weird as like the rest of this, but for me, it was somewhat of a nice surprise, I guess. Not really.
I mean, they murdered Dagger, so I mean that automatically takes it. They can't get a 10 at this point, but it's still pretty.
Okay, so as we read this, the guy who wrote this is on Skype, so I'm going to bring it in. Are you guys ready? And just to make sure, he knows it was written as a parody. It's not meant to be taken seriously. He wasn't serious with this. It was all a joke. So
good, because we're gonna rip him a new one.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to bring them in. Are you, Voyger? You ready?
Absolutely.
Rush, ready?
I don't know anymore.
I'm bringing him in. Hi, I'm HC, and I wrote this. Oh God.
Surprise, surprise.
Hey man, welcome to the show. How's it going?
Good. It's like I've hosted 10 episodes of this podcast already.
What?
Really? Nice to know that you're fitting in here.
Yeah, what? Yeah, here's the thing. Okay, I need to explain myself. So,
please.
In the end of each episode, we are pretty much plugging in the Berk's Grapevine forums, and on there's topic which is worst fanfictions cliches, where everybody talks about the cliches he or she hates the most about How to Train a Dragon fanfictions, whether it's more than AUs or crossovers of any kind, stuff like that. And also there are those parody fanfictions where the character like finds a book and reads fanfictions other people wrote and they comment on them and stuff. And one day, out of boredom, because I had nothing else to do, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be funny if all those cliches happened to a specific character who is on his day-to-day routine. He's not finding any book or reading it somewhere. It just happens to him, and he is trying to embrace the insanity and go through with it. So one day I sat down, I wrote this. I thought it was funny enough as a joke. Again, if you look at the ANs, it's a joke. It's not supposed to be taken seriously.
For those of you who haven't been turned away by the awful voice acting from me, yes, this is a joke. For those of you whose ears aren't bleeding.
To those of you who hadn't killed yourselves yet.
And the Scottish listeners who are completely offended.
Please don't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, again, nothing if a Scottish person is listening to this, nothing against you.
Michelle, don't hate me, Jay, please.
No, I loved Hiccup. Hiccup was great.
Yeah, your Hiccup voice was... Yeah. Dean, call me if you want any scripted voices for How to Train a Dragon 3.
You're getting blacklisted.
Yeah, I need to see at least 2 characters from Disney movies in the third one. At least 2.
Yeah, it will blow everyone's mind because of the copyrighted claims, but...
Well.
Yeah, so... Anything else you want to ask me about this, now that I explained myself and why I created this?
No.
I have a plot-related question.
Okay, go ahead.
What happened to the girl with all the different kinds of furies? Was she just erased from time, or like did she just go back to where she came
like
from?
I said, all of Hiccup's fan base was out the door when he walked out of his house to find the human tutor. So she was there, and when Hiccup realized this was all a dream, she pretty much like everything she faded from reality. Yeah.
Wow. Well, she was my favorite, so I'm pretty disappointed.
I'm surprised you're not more disappointed that I killed off Dagger.
I mean, no, that's the major disappointment.
That goes without saying.
This is a lesser disappointment.
Looking back, I actually called it in the show. I called that they're going to kill them off. Yay!
Yeah, you predicted that a bunch of princesses would kill Dagger. Who knew?
Okay, I didn't predict how he was going to get axed, but I predicted that he will get axed. That's most important.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I should have put Heather in there. Nah, whatever.
No, please don't.
Okay, rewrite. No, I'm kidding.
Revised version. A sequel. Come on, we need a sequel.
Hiccup's other bad day.
20th episode special.
Yeah, if I'll have time to write it, maybe. And to be honest, I won't have time because film school and everything. I need to waste my resources on writing good stuff. And if you want to read more, if you want to read actually competent How to Train Your Dragon fanfictions for me, look at my profile, HCSP1. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug indeed. If you want me for voice work, too bad. No. I'm just kidding. I may actually, this has inspired me. A little look into the future, listeners. I may do other readings. Or I may just do all of the How to Train Your Dragon 1 movie. I just may do all the voices there.
Yeah,
series.
we probably will do... I don't know about you guys, we should probably do other fanfiction readings sometime in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to be like this. Otherwise we may mess it up.
Yeah. No, we'll try to find actually competent ones, not parody.
In which case I need to work on my voices somewhere.
We all do.
God
anyway,
I
believe this is it. Anything you guys want to add?
My random question.
Yeah.
Your random question. Go ahead, Voyger.
What was your favorite part of the story?
Sonic.
Ah, God. Well, if I had a favorite part of the story, it's when I woke up, because everything was gone.
So woke up the second time.
I mean, I can't top Hiccup's actual real life opinion, but I mean, yeah, mine still goes to the different Furies. I mean, I've never seen that before. I never even thought about that as a possibility. So
they're all real. I've read a few stories where it was real. At least the Day Fury. The other two I heard.
Oh man! All right.
What is a Fruit Fury like? What does its fire look like? Does it like spew watermelons? I think that.
I don't know. I just heard that it's green and nothing more. But you know what? That's a good question. What would we shoot? We shoot what? It's like it will be like a Toothless's plasma blast, but instead of plasma, it shoots watermelon.
If anybody has played Trouble in Terrorist Town, it's like the watermelon launcher.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, that's amazing. Dean, talk to us. Come on. And yeah, so now that we have our favorite part of the story, I believe this is all. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, so thank you for listening to the 10th episode of the Berkcast. May we continue make more episodes until the end of the franchise. And hopefully the next reading we will do won't make us so... cringy. Let's go with that. So, until next time, I was HC.
I was Rush 2112.
I was Voyager.
And if you want to talk to any of us, you can find us on the Berk Grapevine forums. We are all there. You can also talk to us on Twitter, on Berkcast on Twitter, capital B, capital C. Did I do that right, Rush?
Yeah. And I just put out a tweet. Wow. ...
Yeah.
And if you read the story along with us and want to tell us what you think, please make sure to leave a comment telling us if you laughed, if you cried. I would accept it more if you laughed, but if you cried, I'm not blaming you. And that's it. We hope to see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.